talk about something that's kind of hard to talk about. So when I work investigations like this, I have to keep an open mind on everything. Okay. And part of keeping an open mind is listening to you talk about your wife and your marriage. And the day she goes missing is the day that you guys have marital discord. Okay. So you can understand what I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Makes me sick to my stomach, honestly. Like, I know, like, I've talked to a few of my friends who's like, you know, this does not look good on you. I'm like, I know. It's like, if people knew that we were having marital issues, they're going to look at me, especially with the way everything looks. And it honestly just makes me sick to my stomach because this is something that I would never do. Ever. I know, like, you have to look at every vantage point. This is something I would never do to my kids or my wife. At all. I'm not sure, like, what I could do to make people believe that, just because if they knew we were having marital discord, they would automatically look at me. But there's no, I would harm anybody in my family. At all. I know we were having marital discord, and we had that conversation that morning, and then she goes, we have no idea where she is, or the kids. I promise you that I had nothing to do with any of that.
Are you telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the absolute truth.
Why should I believe you?
Because I'm a very trustworthy person, and the people that do know me, they know how I'm a calm person. I am not an argumentative person. I am a person that's never going to be abusive or physical in any kind of relationship. I would never harm my kids. I would never harm my wife. I mean, you can talk to any of my friends, any of her friends. They know me. They know I'm a low-key guy that's quiet. I'm not about confrontation. I'm not about anything that elevates to that level. I mean, you can get, like, if someone yells at me, screams at me, I just take it, and I just try to get it by the wayside and get it back to where it's just a cool conversation to where, like, none of that gets to that height, because I am not that person. I've never been that person.
Okay. You can imagine it's my job. Okay. And I told you that tonight, we would talk about things and might offend you, you know that we have to get to the bottom of this. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you take a polygraph?
Sure.
Okay. Would you take it tonight?
If that's what you want me to do. I've never done one. I don't know, like, what it involves, but...
You know what it is?
From what I've seen, it goes on your finger.
You know what the purpose of one is?
It's for a lie detector test.
Okay. Alright. Well, why don't we do this? Let's take a little break. I'm going to come back in here, because I have a lot more questions for you. Okay? I want to remind you that tonight is voluntary. Okay? I can't keep you in here. I won't keep you in here. If you want to get right up and walk out of here, you can do that, okay? Alright. Do you want to keep talking with me?
I mean, I can.
Okay.
I mean, if that's what you want, I can keep talking.
Okay. And you understand that I'm not arresting you right now. You understand that you can walk out of here at any time.
Sure.
Okay. Having said that, I do want to talk to you. I have a lot more questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know where your wife is?
I don't know where my wife is.
Are you telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the absolute truth.
Okay. Let's take a tiny break. Get some water. Do you need to use the restroom?
I don't know.
Okay. There's some water or Gatorade actually if you need it. I'm going to step out for a minute. I need to look over some of my notes. I'm going to come right back in here. I'm not going to be out very long, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
We talked to the neighbor, and we looked at anybody else that maybe had a camera somewhere, but nothing was going on. They had other community services, like going to houses, like not hey, have you do you see anything? Like, do you have a camera? Do you see anything like that? And we had nothing at all. And it was just like, all right, so at this point I'm hoping, all right, she's at a friend's house, she's safe, and she's just like decompressing, or like she's safe. But like that night, like as I'm like calling like hospitals and hotels, and it's like there's nothing, like there's nothing there. Like nobody's had her check in. There's nothing at all. And then that was just traumatic because like I had every light in the house on just in case, like yeah, I went laid in bed, but I didn't sleep. I was just sitting there because like I had friends that came over. Nick and Amanda came over for a little while, and they showed support. My friends Dave and Jeremy came over. They showed support. Shanann's friend Lauren came over. She showed support. Another friend, Melissa, came by that I didn't know that she showed support. Everybody's just like, I don't know like why this happened or how this happened, but like I hope that she's okay, type thing. Mm-hmm. And just like I was just hoping that I would get that knock on the door or a phone call or a text. I mean, her phone, they have her phone, like hopefully maybe it's a number I don't know. Hopefully it's like, like a burner phone or some kind of like phone she bought, and she could just text me and call me like, hey, I'm okay. Something. Or just get a knock on the door and then the kids just run in. And I was just like it didn't happen. And when I was going through it that night, just trying to process everything, like I miss like the kids like sitting at the dinner table and like having to tell them to eat their dinner, and like I miss them throwing their chicken nuggets at me. Like when I went to their rooms, just kind of like make their beds. And it's like I wasn't gonna turn the rain machines on, like I wasn't like gonna read them a book. I wasn't gonna kiss them goodnight. I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna play in the playroom. I wasn't giving them like their nightly snack, like their nighttime snack. I wasn't, giving them their medicine. I wasn't, getting them dressed for bed. All that, it just hit me. It's like I'm not turning the monitor on to watch them because they're not here. Like, where are they? And then I was just like, I didn't even want to stay in the house that night, but I knew I had to just in case, like, maybe they came home, maybe they would come in that front door, garage door or something. Something would happen. But nothing happened that night. So I just laid in bed and took phone calls and texts from all our friends that I couldn't sleep either. And just asking for prayers. Just asking prayers in general. Just like these kids and her are gonna come home. They're gonna come home safe. And the next day, detective, he called me about 2 a.m. just saying like they were gonna do like the missing persons report, and I'll get that all going. But yeah, it's like the next day, like when everything like started happening as far as the news crews like pulling in, and then all the K9 units and the drones flying over my house, it was just like it all set in like this is not, she's not, they think something happened. Because all this right here, this means that, okay, my worst fear, that's where this is going right now. Because I thought she was just at somebody's house and she was safe. But now, it's going the other direction. coming in with the news media, everything just kind of happening. It's like, all right, this has gone to a totally different direction. And it's like, I was when all my friends like were coming over to give me some support, I knew that like, all right, like I was happy all my friends just came over to just support. I didn't want to be alone at that point in time. Like this is the time you don't want to be alone at all. And my friends are supporting me all through this, and I just want to find them. I want them to come home safe, like wherever they are. I hope they are safe, and I really hope they can just come home. The FBI agent Graham, he's been really helpful. I mean, he didn't tell me what leads they have for today, but I'm hoping that it at least them coming home, because just being in that house and not being able to tuck them in, it's heart-wrenching. It's earth-shattering right now, because those are my kids. Those are like you made those kids, you know, like, do you have kids or anything? It's like, so like, just not being able to like, you know, kiss them goodnight and saying I love you daddy, or I miss you daddy, or something like that, you know, because they were without me for 5 weeks. And I got to FaceTime them every night, and it was just not being able to do anything, like knowing that they were just here and not knowing where they are now. It's a nightmare right now.
So, thank you for explaining all that to me. Obviously, have more questions, so I may kind of piece it out, just going back, just so I understand everything. And you kept saying that you thought she was at a friend's house. Do you still think she's at a friend's house?
At this point, I don't. Because all this, like, everything that's happened now.
So what did that make you think of?
It just makes me feel like either she vanished, like, she tagged the kids and she's somewhere where, like, maybe hopefully a hotel. But I don't think she's at a friend's house now, unless it's somebody I just don't know. Like, if it's somebody I don't know, great. Like, I just want her to be safe. But with FBI here, with, you know, CBI here, with everything that's going on, like, it makes me feel like, all right, maybe somebody has her that's not keeping her safe, or something terrible has happened, and that's the nightmare.
And what would that terrible thing be?
If somebody hurt them.
That's running through your mind sometimes.
I don't want that to run through my mind, but it's running through my mind that somebody has hurt them, and that they are not safe. And I really want them to be safe. I want them to come home.
Right. Well, we want them to come home too. So let's kind of break it down back to when Shanann went to Arizona. So what was she in Arizona for?
Thrive local.
Oh, okay.
That's what I did down there with some of the upland leaders.
Okay. So she mostly women, like, you know, other people that work for her, you know, down
or down people or upland people and all that.
Okay, and they just, you know, fill their cup, I guess, for lack of a better term. So they get there and they, you know, cheer them on and like, you can do more and whatever. And I guess, do they teach them about new products?
Yeah, there's a lot of training that goes involved with it, like how to talk to people and stuff like that, how to bring in more people type thing.
Like, did Shanann make a lot of money doing this?
Yeah, she makes about as much money as I do.
Really?
Yeah.
And how much is that? Because I don't know how much you make.
About 65, 70.
Okay. She makes that much just selling Thrive. Wow. How many people does she have underneath her?
Like, people that signed up underneath her, probably about 200. But like active people that promote it, it's probably about 50 or so. But like, she has, her team does about $80,000 a month in sales. Yeah.
That's crazy. Sorry about that. Okay, so she's at this conference, and obviously, even before that, like, you know, you said that you kind of talked about, you know, separating or whatever when she got into bed or after you woke up.
Yeah.
When did that start?
well, in the 5 weeks that we were, like, when she was in North Carolina and I was back here.
And when did she leave for North Carolina? How did you get them in the tanks?
The hatch and stuff.
The hatch? How do you access that?
Walk upstairs.
And then what?
Open it.
So they were saying like you could barely fit an arm through that.
It's
How
a
big is it?
I mean, it's just like, I mean, you can use, that's how we gauge tanks.
So you think it's about like, just like a pot or a, what's that thing on the ground on the street?
Like a manhole?
Like a manhole cover, like is it that big?
It's not that big, no.
Okay. Was it hard to get them in there? Did you have to push or anything or?
Not really.
Okay. We're sure? You're
Yeah,
sure?
yeah.
Okay. Like we're gonna have to drain these tanks. It's gonna be kind of
Okay.
a mess. So I just want to make sure that you're being truthful about that. And is it because, is Shanann here because she couldn't, like, could you not lift her all the way up there, or you couldn't? Would she have been too big to fit in that hole? Did you know that already?
Not just from walking the whole field and then I do that.
Okay. And the girls aren't going to be with her in this?
Or down here?
Yeah.
No.
Do you really think this just blew from wherever that was? Okay.
It's very open area, very, that's susceptible to windstorms and everything else. There's nothing, there's no trees, nothing protecting that area from storms coming through, tornadoes, anything like that.
Okay. Well, when we drain these, they're both going to be in each one. One's going to be in each one. Okay. How do you drain it?
There's a backside valve. It's a 2-inch bailon, drains through the pit. It's right there.
Oh, they can just drain it off? Will they both fit? All the stuff that's in there fit in
I'm
there?
not sure how much fluid's in those things.
Did they drop down? Like, could you hear them drop? Like, did it seem like you dropped a ways?
One seemed emptier than the other,
Which one do you think?
to the left one.
The one that Bella's in? I mean, did it sound like she would have hit the bottom kind of thing, or did you hear her hit liquid? There's no chance that you put them in there when they're still alive, is there?
No, God, no. God, no.
Okay. I mean, they would be able to tell that because they would get fluid in their lungs and stuff like that, so I just want to make sure, you know.
There's no chance.
Okay. Okay. Are there going to be, you know, when they look at Bella and Celeste, are there going to be any, like, resuscitation marks on them or anything?
Like from CPR or something.
Do you know CPR?
I've taken a board once in class 2 years ago.
Okay.
It was on like a full-size adult dummy type thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't know how much to push on a child.
But they were already gone until
They were gone.
They were gone. Okay. So no CPR?
No.
Okay.
And you knew Bella was gone. Did you go check on her afterwards? All of it happened? And then what did she look like compared to Cece?
Same. Blue in the face and just not moving. Hearing things as far as pulse or a beat or anything.
Okay. Any other questions or things you want to tell us?
Graham's going to tell me what's going to happen next.
Not quite sure yet. Might be a few more minutes before we know. So give us a few more minutes.
Let's do it.
I don't think so.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You want to, do you have water, do you like Gatorade or anything?
No, thank you.
Are you hungry at all?
Some pizza?
I still gotta eat any of your food.
No, I'm saying, what kind of pizza do you like?
It doesn't matter really.
Okay.
Just whatever. Thank you though. So she's me back with them, that's strange.
Is she the type to answer the phone?
For them, yeah, it's like all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's just like, hey, wait, I'll see you later.